Hello and welcome to today's Facecast. We are in post Easter resurrection mode. You've got your thinking head on. It's after the death of Jesus on the cross and as he is risen from the dead. And we have a passage here from Matthew's Gospel. He is risen, but all those around him don't quite know it yet. They need to discover it. And we find some ladies coming to him coming to the tomb to find out what's going on. And there they meet an angel. And this is from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 28. The angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here. He has risen, just as he said." Something that strikes me about that reading is how simple and factual it is. It's one person talking to another person or group of people. In fact, it's an angel talking though, but he talks so normally, as though he's a normal being. And he says to them something which is also quite normal. First of all, he understands what's going on inside them, in their hearts and minds. And he says to them, don't be afraid. They would be afraid, wouldn't they? If you suddenly encountered an angel, you might be afraid. I know I would be afraid. I would be wondering what's going on. So this angel comes along and starts talking to them. Do not be afraid. He knows them. For I know that you are looking for Jesus. He even knew what they were doing there. Well, he'd been sent with that purpose to comfort them and guide them and point them in the right direction. For I know what you're doing here, what you're looking for, he says. I know you are looking for Jesus. Jesus, who was crucified. He confirms to them that Jesus was crucified. That means he was dead. He did die. He was crucified. Then he says, he is not here. Well, where is he then? How can he not be here if he was crucified? And then he says, he has risen, just as he said. This is the key part of not only this phrase, not only this book, not only the New Testament, but the whole of the Bible. He has risen just as he said. Either Jesus didn't rise from the tomb, or he did. There's no half measure. There's no halfway believing point that maybe somebody stole his body. Maybe the disciples took his body and pretended he was alive. Now, when you read the stories, the accounts that are there, the eyewitness statements, you can't come to that conclusion. You can only come to the conclusion that Jesus rose from the dead. And if you do come to that conclusion, what does it mean for you? What difference is it going to make to your life? You could say, well, maybe he did, maybe he didn't, so what? It was a long time ago. But you see, if Jesus rose from the dead, it means he's alive today. He's not a figure from history. He's somebody who is alive and with us today in the presence and the power of his Holy Spirit. That means there's a whole spiritual dimension to life that you might be missing out on. The angel said to them, don't go looking for Jesus here. He's not here. He has risen just as he said. The angel points them in the right direction of where to go and what to do. But this is the crux of it all, that Jesus Christ is risen from the dead, just as he said he would, just as he predicted, just as he needed to, in order to bring salvation to all of us. That'll do you for today. See you soon. Bye for now.